Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm glad to see that you're here again today. If we've never met before, my name is Sharon and I'm happy that you're studying with me today. So today we're going to talk a little bit about English modals, specifically the English modals that you use when you want to talk about the past, things that you should have done but you did not. So that is what we're doing today. All right, let's jump right in. All right, so here's a situation that I hope you've never had happen to you. You dropped your phone in the toilet. Oh no, disgusting. And as soon as it happens, you think, what? What should I have done differently? Okay, so a perfect situation for you to imagine how to use this. So what could you have done differently? Well, I could have left my phone in my bag, okay? I could have silenced my phone. I could have ignored the call. That is possible, right? We don't have to answer every call that comes to us. I could have taken my phone out of my pocket. Yes, these were all things that we could have done. So important to understand here is that all of these are talking about the past. Could. It's over, so we're not using can, so we're using could. What should you have done differently? A little bit different than could. Oh, I should not have answered the call. I should have been more careful. Definitely. I should have let the call go to voicemail. That's probably best. And I should have done anything besides answer my phone. All of these are true. So what is the difference between could and should in these situations? So could focuses on this idea of possibility. All right. It's something you were able to do, but you didn't do it. So it's less strong. It's not as strong as should. Should has this idea of advisability. It's something that was good advice in the past, but we didn't take that advice, right? So it's a little more strong than could. All right. So let's talk about form now. You'll notice that in all of my examples, we had our modal, which is could or should. Then we have, and followed by past participle. All right. So for example, could have lost, could have saved. I want you to understand that we do not use had and we do not use has. We use have in this form. And this can be something that is challenging if you're an intermediate language learner. You might want to overcorrect and you might want to say had because you think, oh, it's past tense. But the form of these advisability modals is with have, okay? So other forms, I'm talking about questions here. So if you want to see what this looks like in a question, this is what you would see. You would see, what should you have done differently? So we have our WH word followed by our modal, subject, and then have done or have whatever past participle. So we move this modal forward before the subject. Same here. We have our WH word. We move the modal before our subject, and then we have answered. This is a yes/no question. Could you have left your phone in your bag? So instead of having a WH word, we just move could before you. Okay? And same here. Should you have ignored the phone call? Absolutely. So should comes before you. When we have a negative with our advisability in the past, we just add not, nothing particularly special here. We have not between should and have. And for when we have when there's interactions between people, when one person asks a question with advisability in the past and the other person answers, we can have a short answer. So should I have waited to use my phone? Yes, you should have. And notice we don't need to repeat the word waited. The person understands that we're talking about waited. So it would have been here, but it's okay to take it out in a short answer. All right, time to practice. So here are 5 sentences. I'd like you to pause the video, and you can go back and look at what we just learned if you need to. So pause the video and see if you can correct these 5 sentences. Some are correct, some are incorrect. So pause it and see if you can find the errors. All right, are you ready? Let's do it. So our first one, you should do left your cell phone in your bag. So instead of do, we need have. Do is not involved in this grammatical structure. And then it's okay. So this one was incorrect. 2, correct or incorrect? It's also incorrect. You should have asked for some advice. 3 is also incorrect. They could have. What's the past participle of took? It's taken. All right. It's take, took, taken. All right. How about 4? This is also incorrect, but what you may not have realized here is that this form could have been taken is actually a passive. It is a passive perfect form, if you're really interested. And so this person has confused when to use been. This is not a passive sentence. So it could have taken a long time if you got lost. And finally 5. 5 is correct. Okay. All right. Now here's a picture. I want you to take a minute, pause the video, and write some sentences about this picture. Then I encourage you to post those sentences in the comments of this video, and I'll check them and see how well you did. I'm going to add some sentences about this picture now. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at a woman who is locked outside of her car. Oh no. I hate that. Actually, I don't know if that's ever happened to me. I've left a cell phone in a taxi when I was out of town. That was pretty awful. I think that was actually worse than locking my keys in the car because I had to track down the taxi. Not fun. So let me write some sentences about this picture. What should she have done? Let's see. She should have left her keys in her purse. Ooh, I can't spell today, sorry. She should have left her keys in her purse. I'm sorry, that looks so bad, but it's hard writing on one of these tablets if you've never tried it before. Should have just really typed. She should have left her keys in her purse. Maybe. She should have taken some time to think about what she was doing. How about, oh, I have a good one. She should not have been talking on her cell phone when she got out of her car, because we get distracted and we forget what we're doing. I want to point out here that I actually used a past perfect progressive form. Let me write that. Past perfect progressive with a modal. Because I wanted to have this idea that she was talking for a period of time, and I want to say she should not have been doing that. So that's why I would use that. I'm going to write one more with could. Oh, that could work. She could have thought about where she was going next. Yeah. All right, so those are my examples. I'd love to see what you would write about this picture. You can include it in the comments of the video. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.